I guess today I'm actually going to break ground on our off-grid house build. All right, old friend, we've got work to do. Well, this is it. The first shovelful of the house build. It's time to get this thing going. Now, I'm gonna start the digging process, but I'm not doing the whole dig. We're actually gonna get someone out here to help. So I figure I'll dig out the top foot or so, get that organic matter out of there. Then when the excavator comes, any of that stuff that he digs out can then just be placed in a pile somewhere, and then we can use all of that to fill our bags. So this is still gonna be a project. It's quite a large area. The problem is I'm gonna have to carry all this soil somewhere out of the way. This will serve a couple of purposes. One, it'll kind of mark the area that we need to get dug out. And two, we'll be able to use this topsoil for other things.
When you're feeling stuck in life, sick, unhappy, in massive debt, but you have lofty dreams, it can feel like you have an epic mountain to climb to get there. Except you're not starting your journey from the base of that mountain. You're starting it from the bottom of a deep pit. That's where we were 10 years ago. But today marks a very special occasion. We're breaking ground on our new debt-free dream home. How did we get here? It involves an unconventional journey and discovering an amazing secret treasure hidden right beneath us. Follow along and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's flash back to 2009. The economy was tanking, people were losing their jobs, they were losing their homes. At the time, we were living in a cheap, rundown apartment in the city, squeaking by, living off of ramen noodles and Hamburger Helper, working our 9-to-5 jobs, and just trying to very slowly pay off some enormous credit card and student loan debts. And then Jim got laid off from his job, and there was no work to be found anywhere at the time. So our bleak prospects of happiness got even bleaker. It kind of felt like we were running on a treadmill, getting nowhere, except now our feet were tied. We would need to do something crazy to get out of this mess. Something that we didn't see anyone else doing that was in our situation, and something that seemed to fly in the face of reason. We bought a house. Yes, that's right. That meant even more debt. Now, at any other time, this would have been a terrible decision. But because the massive housing market bubble had just burst, and there were a ton of really nice, almost new homes selling for pennies on the dollar, we were actually able to get financing with only one income. And we ended up with a mortgage payment that was less than the rent for our crappy little apartment. And this also turned out to be really helpful about 8 years later, when the economy was on an upswing and we sold our house for a profit. Honestly though, we didn't actually start making forward progress until we realized, hey, we need to get off of this treadmill altogether. So we opted for a simpler life. using our small savings to pay cash for a raw, undeveloped parcel of desert land. And we traded a house in the suburbs for a used fifth wheel and a quiet country life. But we still weren't out of the pit. And how do you get out of a hole you've dug for yourself? Why, with more digging, of course. And so we dug, and dug, and dug, until we unearthed a treasure chest full of possibilities. And what we dug out, we used to build up a dream.
So we're gonna keep trying to dig out as much of this topsoil as we can before the excavator gets here. But my main reason for wanting to start digging here is so that we can get to that subsoil layer. And I wanna do some testing. I'm very confident that what we have here is gonna be great for building with earth bags, but I just wanna see if it needs to be amended a little bit. Do we need to add a little sand? Do we need to add a little lime? So we're gonna do some testing. We're gonna do a jar test. I might make some bricks. Nothing like building with the earth beneath your feet. I mean, the possibility of using the earth as a possible building material for a house, I mean, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. That build is coming along super quick, and there's so much to do beforehand. It's gonna be exciting. You definitely wanna stick around.
So what's our dirty secret to a debt-free house? It's a low-cost, earthen home built with the very ground beneath our feet. And also changing the way we thought about wealth and abundance. After all, we were never dirt poor, we were dirt rich. And what we were really chasing wasn't on the mountaintop. It was right here, and as bountiful as the earth itself. A loving and joyful heart, a sense of connection, and a feeling of freedom and limitless potential.